Hi, I'm Wendela Whitcomb Marsh. You can call me Wendy. When I first met my late husband, David, we had no idea that he was autistic. We just met in a group of shared interests, fell in love, and started dating, and then got married, had 3 children, like you do. Had we known that he was autistic, there's no telling what might have been different for us. But I do know that many autistic people find dating to be challenging. It can be hard to find your person. And that's one of the reasons I wrote this book, Dating While Autistic. Cut through the social quagmire and find your person. It's part of the Adulting While Autistic series. And this book gives a lot of tips and strategies for how to tell if someone is flirting with you or if they're just being friendly, and for different ways of meeting someone that you might have a lot in common with. There are 2 fictional characters in this book, Bill and Trish, and they're each single. They have jobs, but they don't have a person in their life, and they would really like that. Throughout the book, in each chapter, we see how each one of them solves a problem or learns something about dating and about themselves. And by the time they meet each other at the end of the book, they are ready to really start a relationship with someone. And I was so happy when they got together at the end of the book. I know I wrote it that way, but still, it's always fun to see how things turn out. Now, in addition to the tips and strategies and the fictional character stories, every chapter also has something written by an actually autistic person who has dated and fallen in love, because I'm not autistic, even though my late husband, 2 of our 3 children, many of the people on my team that I work with, and many, many people that I have seen as consulting and clients over the years are all autistic. I'm not. And I know that it's important to hear voices of actually autistic people. So let me read to you just a couple of the stories written by autistic people. It's called Actually Autistic Love Stories. And one of them, you know what? I have to get my other glasses. I'm not going to be able to see any of it if I don't have the reading glasses. So bear with me. We're just going to do a little switcheroonie. Okay, still there? Okay, here we go. So the first one is by Marion. And Marion wrote, "My favorite thing about being married to Elliot is our ability to tell things like they are. We communicate with each other honestly and express ourselves as best we can. Our first date was 9 years ago, and our marriage is stronger than ever." That's Marion's story. A lot of autistic people that I know and that I've loved have honesty and integrity as important traits and parts of who they are, and that's so important in a relationship. And this last story I want to read you is written by Tara, an autistic woman married to a man with ADHD. Earlier in the book, you'll hear her story of when he proposed, but I'm just going to read you their last story. 11 years after that surprise proposal, and 1 autism diagnosis later, we realize how well our neurodivergencies complement one another. My autistic need for structure and organization helps keep his ADHD self on task and able to find his keys. His spontaneous ADHD brain helps me safely release control and be less rigid, even if it's just letting him treat me to takeaway on a night that I had already planned to cook. That's my happily ever after. I've learned to make space for spontaneous acts of care and love. I know now that my world doesn't collapse just because something unexpected happened. After all, there is nothing planned or controlled about love. And that was Tara. Wherever you are in your life journey, if you're thinking about dating, if you are dating and want some tips on how to keep on track with that, I hope that you'll find something for you in this book. I wrote it because I've known so many people who wanted to have someone in their lives and weren't quite sure how to get there. Maybe this will be helpful for you or someone that you know. I hope so. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I'll see you in another video later. Bye-bye.